guys, one of the many aspects of Greg Howe's playing is of course the grooviness factor, the groove factor. So in this lesson I'll show you the 4 ingredients which I believe are always there in these groovy lines, and I'll show you one hell of a groovy line here to learn with in-screen temperature. Remember guys, also almost always Greg is using some kind of arpeggio shape in his groovy lines, in other lines. So get my arpeggio guide in the description below if you're still a little bit struggling with arpeggios. And also don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my weekly lessons on Greg Howe fusion style. Alright, let's go. Quite a groovy line, and I hope if you close your eyes you think it's Greg playing. Anyway, so what are the 4 ingredients here guys? First of all, very simple, you need a groovy funky backing track, right? I'm using this one, it's a G Dorian backing track, which Greg Howe fans should recognize. So groovy, right? You need a groovy or funky backing track. Secondly guys, you need what I believe a rhythm which is called, to execute your line, swinging 16 notes. Now 16 notes is nothing more than 4 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you need to pronounce it like this to get a real swing feel. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the... So like... And if we look at my line that I've designed for you guys, it's really that, right? So here we go, slowly. One, two, three, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... Right, so swinging 16 notes, guys, right? Very simple, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and it will get you in that swing feel, which makes it all so much more groovy. Third element is what I believe some kind of element borrowed from the jazz world, right? We're here, we're Greg Howe fans, or you're following my channel because you're kind of a rock player that want to progress his rock playing to a little bit more sophistication, right? And we need some kind of jazz element. You can choose between, do I believe, arpeggios or chromaticism, right? In this line, I'm sneaking in some arpeggio shapes. Could also use chromaticism. So here I'm sneaking in arpeggio shapes. On Patreon for the highest tier members, I'm also doing a really cool chromatic kind of bass line for you over there. Anyway, so arpeggio bass, right? So if you look at that line, it's that kind of shape, which is a minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio color, right? Over a G Dorian, you'll find it on the 6th degree. For example, the 5R shape then. That's why you need, I think, my arpeggio guide. I'm really talking about those shapes in that PDF. You can get it in the description below. Right? Or you can do it here. I'm just playing now, what am I doing? So here's the shape. I'm playing again, I don't know why guys. Anyway, so I don't want to go too deep in arpeggio shapes, but you gotta use some kind of arpeggio shape. I really love the minor 7 flat 5 on a 6th degree of a Dorian scale. It's there for you waiting to play it. Get my arpeggio guide to learn those shapes guys, and then insert as much as you can. So some kind of jazz element. Fourthly guys, I believe what I call a light, chill, relaxed touch. Don't pick too much, certainly don't pick too hard. And when Greg does a light touch, he does his famous hammer-ons from nowhere. Meaning very simply, every time in any kind of line, when he just needs one note from a string, right, just one note, he's not gonna pick it, he's just gonna hammer on. Right? It's not been previously picked, that string, he's just gonna hammer on his finger, right? So for example, right? And it's always in my tabs, here are the tabs, there are always those circle T's in my tabs, right? Here we go. First one, that that G note, right, on the G string, 12th fret. It's not picked. And there's the other one. It's also not picked. I even sometimes see my pick doing like a fake down, right, because I was trained so long to do alternate picking and so on. But I can refrain, right? It's just a very small movement. I'm actually not picking. I'm just hammering it on from nowhere. Again. Anyway, you'll find that in the tabs everywhere there's a circle T. It is a hammer on from nowhere, and that gives Greg that cool, light touch guide. So to summarize, guys, here are the 4 elements again to wrap up this video. First of all, a really cool, groovy, funky backing track, which is, of course, in this case, the G-Torian Button Up Greg Howe song backing track from his official Introspection album. And secondly, guys, swinging 16 notes. I've explained them. Thirdly, some kind of jazz element, really need that. It's either arpeggios or chromatic playing. Fourthly, try to get a really light touch. Don't make it this rocket science, just learn my line, right? If you learn my lines that I'm always teaching everywhere, you'll get there, right? So don't be thinking, oh, light touch, no, just learn my lines, right? By learning the lines I'm teaching here, guys, you'll get there, right? No, I promise you. So anyway, guys, that's it for me for this week. You can support me a little bit on Patreon as always. Get the downloads from all my YouTube lessons. Those downloads are there. You can just grab them, download them to your computer. Also, if you're struggling with arpeggios, I've told you before, you can get my arpeggio guide description below. And if you like the stuff I'm doing here, you can subscribe to the channel and you'll miss not one post in the future. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.